Today, we're diving into one of the most intriguing legends of Vermont. This mysterious figure has captured the imagination of locals for decades, shrouded in tales of hauntings and eerie encounters.
We'll explore the origins of the legend, share spine-tingling stories, and discuss the impact this folklore has had on the community. The legend of the Pigman. What's going on, crackheads? Back for another episode of Kraken Cans Cast. Crack Daddy Mike's got a good one for today. One that I've never heard of.
One that I barely heard of, but I like it. And then a long pause for applause, I guess.
So, all right, you just got to edit that. Sorry, making it harder for you.
No way, we'll keep it.
So the Pigman. So is he a man or is he a pig? I have no idea, but I can't wait to find out.
Yeah, and I think the best part is nobody really knows, which makes the tale just a little more interesting, I would say.
And you said it's Vermont. You know,
Vermont.
I'm right now in my head. I think Champ is the numero uno up in New York, Vermont area. So we're gonna have to see if Pigman can outscore Champ today, because I mean Champ right now is in the rear with 51 at our lowest folklore score. Can the Pigman overcome Champ? We're gonna find out.
Yeah, I saw a random raccoon along the road today. Borderline, it would have beat Champ, I think. Out in daylight, though, too. How weird's that?
Yeah, definitely would have beat Champ if it was in daylight.
It was right up by the high school, just chilling out next to those cornfields, looking like all just disgusting and weird.
We've had 2 dead possums right out there in front of the driveway. We've been there for, I don't know, 3-4 weeks now. I mean, right now there's nothing left.
Yeah, they're like pancakes out there.
They're
yeah, I saw them the other week when I was pulling out.
Yeah. I think there were a couple, and they were trying to just cross the road one day, and then somebody just took them both out at the same time.
Or they were just having one of those road orgies.
Yeah, or that.
Just a bunch of them. I like, there's like this one spot when I was working, you would come up to it.
And you'd have road orgies?
Well, there must have been, but it was like, there's like 2 raccoons and a possum. And it's like, I don't know what went on this road last night, but it had to be freaking cool.
Yep.
So yeah, what else is new? You guys are getting ready for a trip coming up?
Yeah, getting ready for Disney. Big trip. Driving.
That's like, what, 4 hours?
To get out of our little town,
yeah.
Probably 4 hours. The rate we go when we travel.
Oh, yeah, there's a lot. What's the over and under for child poop breaks on this trip, do you think?
Ooh, like, are we just talking like from our house to Disney?
Yeah. Okay,
because we're taking a stop in the middle to sleep over. And I'm probably going to say 2 kids. We're going to say, I'm putting it at 10.
10 poop stops each, or just
total?
Total. Dad,
not counting me.
Dad, I know I just pooped, but I got to poop.
That's not counting me.
Yeah. I can't wait to, we're planning a beach trip for next year, and it's like a solid 9 hours or whatever, so it's going to be fun.
I mean, New York took us
like 14 hours.
Yeah, and a 6-hour trip.
Yeah.
So
it was a long time. When you text me, it's like, yeah, we're leaving, and then you text me like the next morning, just got home.
Yeah, that was a long trip, so I can only imagine this is going to take like 32 hours.
Oh, you know how they be? They be pooping.
All right, so.
All right.
Before we get started in this episode.
Whoa, this looks like it's going to be some deep,
you know how I like to just drop questions on you.
Meaningful conversation.
I like to just throw questions out there.
Yeah.
So, all right, Mike.
If you give a pig a pancake, which was perfect for the Pigman episode.
Did you just burp?
Oh, yeah, I did.
Okay.
Yeah, my bad.
God, I just
You were sniffing. It's like, man, I don't think I farted, but
I thought I smelled the Pigman.
Yeah. Well, you kind of did.
I was going to say, it smelled like bacon or something.
Yeah.
Like pork.
There's some beef in the diet tonight, yeah.
All right, so I got a question for you.
All right.
Because it's something that kind of just struck my mind today when I was driving, as most things do. So what is something that's made you smirk lately one of those small things that shouldn't bring you joy, but somehow does?
Yeah, so there's one that kind of comes to mind. And lately we've been playing like a game at work. And it's when we're driving through a certain town near us, one that really loves their Dunkin' Donuts. If you're picking up what I'm putting down over there, they don't know what to do.
I know.
Don't know where they're going to get their cold coffees.
I know, yeah.
So there's a street there, and it's like a lower income housing street, but we always do like an over and under on how many people are going to be smoking cigarettes on their porch. And it's usually 3 is like a solid, and there's lots of different factors. One factor is what time of day it is. If you're going through at 8 a.m., they are not going to be awake yet. If you go through at like 7 or 8 p.m., they're more than likely going to be either just boozing in their house or at a bar somewhere, so you can count them out. So there's definitely some strategy get played in there, but there's one guy that sits on his porch. He has been there for so long that the guy I work with has, say, like 28 years at the company. That dude was on that porch when he started every day smoking. So for the past 28 years, that dude has just been sitting on that porch smoking his cowboy killers every single day. But yeah, so that's what came to my mind. It's just like it's not the best game to play. It's probably not the nicest, but it's intriguing.
Yeah.
And there's strategy behind it.
Yeah.
It's like fantasy football for cigarettes.
Yeah.
What about you?
So
that was a weird little noise you just made there.
There was some beer like in my it was in my lung. Somehow it jumped over my lung there when I was swallowing.
All right, my bad.
So yeah, something that really makes me smirk is when it's election season and you're just driving around and just driving through different neighborhoods, different towns, yada yada, and you see 2 houses, 2 neighbors, close to each other, share a lawn, you got your half, you got your half. And each of them have up different political signs. So, like Trump on one side, Harris on the other side. And every time I see that, like inside, it just makes me happy because then I start imagining just all the passive aggressive shit that happens between these two, like
that dog's going over on their lawn to shit.
Or like mowing your grass, like, this guy cuts it out of 3, you're cutting yours out of 2, and you're going to go over like a couple inches on his side.
A bit. Oh, sorry.
Just to piss him off. Or, I don't know, competing with, putting up the better Christmas lights or Halloween decorations, whatever it is. Or I just picture them just being like super polite to each other, like, oh hey, how's it going? But like inside they're like, I hope this guy steps in shit.
Yeah, see, that's what there's actually a house right past my house on the corner, and
I know which one you mean.
It's a double.
I think I know exactly which one you mean.
And they always have like flags out front.
Yeah.
And I'm telling you, I will like walk past that house and they are just always just out on their porch, just like talking, hanging out. Like there's like no animosity in that house at all, which always like just totally shocks me. But good for them.
Yeah.
I think it's just totally in like a way, it's just crazy to let political views to a point just make you just not even want to talk to somebody.
And that just reminds me too, my stepdad's one friend, I guess him and his wife.
He was talking about this
almost
at
got
the
divorced.
cornball. Yeah.
Almost got divorced because
over the Biden and Trump election.
Yeah, like they legit almost got divorced over politics.
See, in a way, like, yeah, that would be super annoying, but it would also be a dream. Like if me and my wife were totally opposite ends of the spectrum, we don't even have to go vote because we just cancel each other out. So we can just go out for dinner instead of going to vote that day, which would be awesome.
Yeah, that's true.
I usually don't have too bad of a line where I go. I don't know about you.
No, usually in and out.
Yeah. So past couple, what was it, last 4 years ago or whatever, they gave us a half day from work to go vote, which was awesome because I hit it on the way there and I was literally in and out in, I don't know, like 2 minutes.
Yeah.
So I got 4 hours paid to leave for 2 minutes worth of work.
You were done.
Yeah, that was awesome.
Because, I mean, we all know who the winner's going to be this year.
Yeah.
Mickey Mouse.
None of us. That's the winner.
Yeah.
None of us. I just hope they're both having fun. But I guess with that was a good question. I like that one. With that, maybe we'll dive into some
beer.
The beers. Oh, yeah. So Today we got a beer from Lancaster Brewing Company, which I would consider a pretty big brewing company as far as like Pennsylvania
Pretty
goes.
good. I ate that. Well, we went there last year when we went to Dutch Wonderland.
Yeah, so you ate the one like
the
closer
one right.
to.
Yeah.
Yeah, we went there. That was maybe like 2 or 3 years ago. Yeah, we went there. So yeah, the food was really good.
Mm-hmm.
Their beer's good. Their beer was like the first beer I bought when I was almost 21. Just saying. Almost. I know, maybe not the first beer I bought, but it was like the first craft beer.
Yeah.
Back when we were turning 21, there was not just 1,000 different craft beers on the shelf.
Me and Victory were like, that was like one of the first.
Yeah, you only had like Lancaster, Victory, Trogs had a couple things.
Yeah.
But there was not Long Trail. I should have got some Long Trail because of being from Vermont. That's a super good restaurant if you ever get, which we will get up that way because we're going to go to a festival up that way that I'll talk about later.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm good for
it might have to do with the Pigman. It might have to do with being nudist. I don't know. You'll have to stick around to find out. But back to the beer because God knows nobody wants to picture me naked. So they have like I'm not going to go into like the whole Lancaster Brewing Company description, but they kind of have a pretty like cool write-up. They talk about how in the Lancaster area that since the early 1700s, like when it was first being colonized and stuff like that, like this was one of the places where they have always made beer. So they used to always make rustic, flavorful ales, and then when more Germans moved to the area, they started incorporating more lagers and stuff like that, and in the early 1800s, the Lancaster area accounted for 7% of all the beer brewed in the U.S.
7%?
7%. So, now granted, the U.S. wasn't all 50 states, but still, it's not like Lancaster's a bigger area, but it's not huge per se. But they had all the farmland and stuff like that down there.
So, I wonder, like, as far as Pennsylvania goes, I wonder what Pennsylvania's, like, percentage was.
Total,
out of the whole.
Yeah, it'd be a good thing to look into.
What year was that?
That was 1810.
Because was he Yingling yet? I forget what year Yingling was.
That had to be right.
They were 18 something.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to think of I'm pretty sure Pennsylvania was probably pretty high on the.
Yeah, and I don't know what I'm sure there's big breweries in Philadelphia and stuff like that. But then you kind of go through, and then World War I hit, which I guess part of me never realized that World War I was kind of the start of Prohibition in a way. They talk about that. And a lot of the breweries in Lancaster shut down even before Prohibition because they were trying to save coal because they had to use coal to brew a lot of the beer and stuff like that for temperature and all that. So they wanted to conserve all that because of the war efforts. And then with Prohibition, I'm going to say it was still being brewed there, just on the DL.
Yeah, I'd have supported that. I'd have kept them in business.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, just like that Boardwalk Empire movie where they got all the. You ever see that? It's like a Atlantic City Boardwalk and Prohibition.
Okay.
It's got what's his name? Steve Buscemi.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, the guy that crosses off Billy Madison's name with the lipstick.
Yeah.
So I always
he's in,
describe him.
all of Adam Sandler's movies.
Yeah. Crazy Eyes from Mr. D. Yeah.
Yeah.
But he's stars in that. It's a pretty good one. It's about Al Capone and stuff like that. But it's a good series if you're looking for series. If you haven't figured out, I watch a lot of movies and TV more than I should. Unhealthy amount, but that's a whole other topic that my wife will tell you about. So then Lancaster Brewing opened their doors in the historical Edward McGovern Tobacco Building on North Plum Street, and it's where the family still operates today. The large red brick building stands out not only as a beacon of excellence for the beer we brew today, a tribute to the legendary brewing history for which Lancaster is highly regarded. But yeah, I could have went through the whole thing. I kind of summed a lot of it up. It's a good read. It's just maybe a little heavy on the info for what we're looking for, But then today we have a Boss Hog, which is 9%, which is that's something. And just reading the can, overflowing with uplifting hop aroma and what's that word? Resoundness?
I don't know where you're at. Oh.
I'll read my paper because words are hard for me, and I made sure my paper had little words on it.
Yeah, to tell you what the big words mean. I do the same thing.
Bursting with uplifting hop aroma and citrusy citrusy goodness from loads of hop additions. Our Big Bad Boss Hog 2 times the IPA delivers a clean, full-bodied mouthfeel and Gosh, do I love a good mouthfeel, if you know what I mean.
I love filling up my mouth.
I just love stuff in my... And truly showcase its prestigious hoppiness, welcoming another sip of this hefty brew. So that's what I got for the beer. This is... Well, cheers to it, even though... Corey? I mean, I'm close today. I got the boot, so we'll probably bubble up the boot a little bit.
Yeah, you're definitely going to cause some bubbles.
But yeah, it's a 9%er.
You can taste it. It don't hide it.
No,
it don't hide it.
We're closer to that triple cannon. I feel like you got some of that flavor. It's got the alcohol flavor to it. It's good. I'm just not. I like IPAs, and I could do like double IPAs, but after a certain point of alcohol, I feel like they just start getting too sweet. And this is just a little bit sweeter that the hops can't totally hide the sweetness.
It's just sweet and alcohol. It's all you taste.
Yeah.
It's just the sweet and alcohol.
Yeah. So it's beer and it's going to be drank.
Yeah.
I
mean, I've already drank mine, so.
Heavens to Betsy.
Tradition.
Call this guy an Uber to go upstairs.
Yeah.
But with that, we will dive in to the Pigman.
All right, so we're going to be getting into the Pigman here. So Mike, who is the Pigman? What is this?
So he's a guy that's half man, half pig. All right, folks, follow us on social media. That's the episode. No, but yeah, so it's a pretty interesting story, urban legend that goes along with him. So it all takes place in Northfield, Vermont. So you'll kind of hear the legend referred to as the Pigman of Vermont, the Pigman of Northfield, or also Sam Harris, which I'll get into that. But so it takes place in Northfield, which is a town in Washington County, Vermont. It's where Norwich University has been since 1866. So add that to your little list of fun facts. And it's pretty much, it's a small town. It contains less than 6,000 people. So yeah, just a typical small town, kind of right in the very center of Vermont, right in the mountains and everything. And as far as the origins of the Pigman go, it all kind of started long before the Pigman sightings. So a teenage boy named Sam Harris went missing the night before Halloween in 1951. According to local accounts, Sam was out participating in Pocket Night, a tradition where teens would engage in mild pranks and hijinks in anticipation for Halloween. So I think it would just be your typical
Pocket Night.
Pocket Picket Night. There's an I in it.
Oh.
Yeah.
Pocket knife.
No, I was thinking pocket pull, but yeah, picket night.
Picket night. I mean that.
Which doesn't make it any
better.
No, yeah.
I mean no.
Yeah. But yeah, it's just a typical night. And from everything I read, the Sam Harris was he's a bit of a loner. So this was a night where a lot of kids would get together. They would go do, just like we kind of talked about in the Halloween episode, where you go corn houses or whatever it's called, tic-tac-toeing, and follow us on TikTok. Man, words are not sounding right now.
Ding dong ditching.
But they would just do stuff like that. It was just kind of like a tradition the day before Halloween or the night before Halloween.
So they call it now mischief night, right?
Mischief night, yeah.
It's probably the same
thing. Yeah, picket night,
name.
mischief night, pretty much, I guess. I don't know. But he went missing on that night. So he was never found. There was search parties, really, and you know how it is. It'd be the same way if it was in a town like we live in. You have a small town, somebody goes missing, everybody and their brother's out looking for him, and they ended up just never finding him. So this dude is just missing, and shortly after his disappearance is when some of the strange sightings began to emerge of a humanoid figure.
He turned into a pig.
That's part of it.
Okay.
That's part of it. I don't know. That's one of the theories. That's why they call him Sam Harris. And so they refer to the Pigman, as I should say. But the sightings started to emerge of a humanoid figure with the head or face of a pig. Some say that Sam Harris was transformed into this creature, while others believed he was possessed or overtaken by a spirit. So they don't know if there was some kind of witchcraft, some kind of evil spirits, or he was cursed by somebody into becoming the Pigman. The link between his disappearance and the Pigman is key to the legend's mystery, because there's never any Pigman sightings. There's never anybody that ever even heard. There's no such thing as the Pigman until Sam went missing.
So you might get into this, but like, was his top half the pig or like the bottom half the pig?
He was top half pig, bottom half donkey. Yeah, oh yeah, it got crazy. No, I don't know. He was just. So most of it was just the head of a pig, and there's also like different theories with that we're going to get into in a little bit. The whole thing is really weird, and this was like a really cool urban legend to get into. Really hard one to find a whole lot of information on. So one story that I found from Vermonster.com said in 1971, a farmer in Northfield, Vermont, went to investigate some strange noises coming from his backyard one night. He turned on his outside light and peered out the kitchen window, expecting to see a raccoon or a bear or something to that nature sifting through his garbage. Instead, he saw a man-sized figure lurking along the edges of the yellow light. His body was covered in white hair, and he had the facial features of a pig.
Shit.
Just rooting through the garbage. So basically, he's just an oversized raccoon.
Did this guy have any pigs?
I don't know if this guy had pigs or not, but that's one of the things that he likes pigs. The pig man
likes pigs or likes pigs?
Likes to eat them.
Okay.
Yeah, likes to eat them a lot.
Mm-hmm.
There's also a report of a few children. So there were some kids hanging out outside of a dance at their school, and they were back behind the school, and there's a wood line back there, and all these kids claimed to, right around the same time that the farmer in 1971 saw it, they claimed to have seen the Pigman run across this field into the woods. Yeah. And as far as sightings go, that's it. Those are the sightings of the Pigman. So, yeah, maybe not like the best stories as far as everything go, or backstories, but still, the Pigman is freaking weird. So as far as his appearance go, most descriptions of the Pigman depict him as a humanoid figure with the head of a pig. In some stories, it is said that the Pigman wears a severed pig's head over his own. That's what some of them, it's just like that dude just eats a pig, rips its head off, and wears that bitch as a mask, which is crazy.
I could get behind that.
That's pretty BA.
Yeah.
For sure. Other ones said that his head is grotesque pig-like, either through some kind of deformality or some kind of curse. The creature is often portrayed as naked or wearing tattered clothing, covered in mud and dirt, and with pig-like features such as hooves. And almost all the descriptions say that he is like white and like furry.
So does he have a pig weenie or a human weenie?
I think is it a beanie weenie?
A beanie weenie?
I don't know. I didn't. I can't. Let's Google Pigman from the waist down and see what we get. It is probably going to be nothing we are super interested in, and the FBI is probably going to be knocking on our door here.
But I feel like I need to know, though. I need to know.
Why?
I don't know.
I need to know, but I don't know.
I just need to know. I need to know all the details.
I get it. Witnesses are reported seeing the Pigman roaming the forest around Northfield, particularly near the Devil's Wash Bowl, a remote ravine known for its eerie atmosphere. The Pigman is said to appear mostly at night, and there have been reports of strange grunting sounds.
He found Pig Girl.
Animal-like behavior, though, yeah, also, and glowing red eyes. Mothman, he's up there banging the Mothman. It's crazy.
No. Mothman's got him turned around.
Right. Yeah, you're
bent
right.
over something. Yeah.
This is just like I said earlier with the raccoon and the possum orgy. We got like a Mothman, a Pigman, and
you just hear like oink 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 oink.
I like it, I think. So As far as the stories go, that is about everything. There's a couple explanations that we can get into a little bit. So one of the explanations is the farmer losing livestock. There have been reports over the years of farmers in the area losing pigs and other livestock under mysterious circumstances, with some locals blaming the Pigman for those occurrences. I'm not sure what that has to do with an explanation, but I just think that they don't really do a great job of taking care of their animals, so they just blame it on this fake humanoid pig thing.
For their animals going missing.
If it is fake. Yeah, pretty much. And as far as the grunting sounds and strange tracks, many who venture into the woods near the Devil's Washbowl claim to hear unsettling grunts and see strange hoof-like tracks in the mud.
We know what that is,
yeah.
guys.
And really, this is just, most people think this is just a local urban legend said by some teenagers. The Pigman has become the rite of passage for local teens as they venture into the woods at night, daring each other to encounter the creature, and often return with tales of strange noises and seeing something in the distance. So, just kind of like, I guess I feel like it's perfect to do after the Hook Man, because I feel like the Hook Man was really like a parent's tale to the kids.
Mm-hmm.
You know, is don't be going up in the woods and banging.
Mm-hmm.
Don't be freaks. This is like a tale where...
Don't be banging pigs in the woods.
That is, yes.
Yes.
I feel like that's a lesson for all of us, really.
Yeah. You got to keep them up close to your house, not in the woods.
Yeah, bet them like a normal human being.
Yeah, Miss Piggy.
Miss Piggy.
Them.
Poor Kermit. It's the best he could do.
Yeah, that... Oof. All right, so we heard the little stories about the little piggy. So what kind of explanations we got? What are people saying this is?
Well, Corey, they're saying it's a half man, half pig. He's pig from the waist up, and he's man from the waist down, which is just sad either way. No, but
yeah, I think I'd rather be man from the waist down.
Yeah, he's man from the, so he's good.
So he's good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, depending on what kind of man.
Yeah, depending what kind of man.
If he's like me, then
yeah, I'd rather be a pig.
Yeah. I take my chances, you know?
Yeah.
But one of the biggest, I guess, explanations is that this is just straight supernatural or some kind of occult origin. So some believe that the Pigman is a manifestation of a local curse or black magic, possibly linked to Sam Harris's disappearance.
Witches.
Could be. This theory suggests that the Pigman is more than just a physical creature, but a maleficent force tied to the land and its history. So it could be Native American, for all we know.
Lizard people.
No, this cannot be lizard people. Not everything could be lizard people, Corey.
All right.
Just black-eyed children. They're definitely lizard people. There's no doubt in my mind. Oh, well, I will stick to that till the day I die or until I get to talk to them. And other explanations is just a prank gone wrong. Others argue that the Pigman legend began as a prank or a hoax and has spiraled into local folklore. Some think that Sam Harris may have been a victim of foul play, and over time the stories around his disappearance merged from local fear and superstition, creating the Pigman. So I guess it would make sense. All right, so you think, just think, this Sam Harris he's just a real piece of crap. You don't like him at all, you know? You're a stepdad. You're ready just
worthless dude.
Cut his head off, so he's going out for this prank day. You just go out there and you just kill him.
Feed him to the pigs.
And then you tell the farmers about how you saw this Pigman and put it in all their head. And then so would this weirdly make sense for when they say that it looks like this person just wore a pig head? You're just some sick son of a bitch, and you throw a whole head of a pig on your head just all because you killed Sam Harris and you just wanted to look like this creature.
Yeah.
That's it? I just gave you everything I had, and you just hit me with a yeah?
I mean, I can see that being the case.
Yeah.
It's a good way to get away with murder.
Yeah.
What do you think he did with him then?
Yeah.
Mr. Expert?
Yeah. I told you what he did with him. He ate him. No, I don't know what he did with him. I imagine he hit him. So the Devil's Bowl is kind of like this whole area. It's like this creek and everything that runs through. They have waterfalls, but there's supposedly a lot of caves and stuff through there. You just stash them away in one of these
threw him
caves.
in there and he washed away in one of them caves or something.
Or bears ate them or whatever.
But did he have pigs? Because like you could feed bodies to pigs and they eat that.
I don't know
all
if
that
Sam
shit up.
Harris's parents were pig farmers.
Well, you're the expert.
It's the 50s, man. Everybody was pig farmers. Unless you were dairy farmers.
So we fed them to the pigs.
Or fed them to the cows. How'd you like to drink that milk, Corey? The other one is a cryptid or deformed human in line with the cryptozoology, which I am super into cryptozoology since we got into this podcast. Some believe that the pigman could be a cryptid, an unknown species living in the forest around Northfield. Another theory suggests that it could be a deformed or feral human. It could be a feral human living in isolation in the woods, possibly wearing animal skins and scavenging for food. I just don't know why. Why would it be just a feral human?
Yeah.
Like, I don't want to pay my mortgage no more. I'm living in the woods.
I'm just living in the woods and wearing pig heads.
I don't blame him. At this point, with the way this stuff's going now, who's the dummy?
Yeah. They didn't pay taxes.
They didn't pay child support on their 12 kids with 17 different wives. Like Tyreek Hill.
Yeah, I was going to say like Tyreek Hill.
So the last one is the psychological projection. Some explanations focus on the psychological aspect of the Pigman legend, arguing that the creature is the projection of local fears, a way for the community to cope with the unexplained disappearance or to create meaning from the tragedies of Sam Harris's vanishing. Quit pointing that finger at me.
Weren't you the Pigman?
I was the Pigman back in high school. I was a scooter riding Pigman and son of a bitch. And listen, if we can find those videos,
I watched it.
We're going to put those on.
It's there. I watched it.
We're going to put those on the Kraken Cans like social media pages and really it could be an explanation to all this. Just saying. I could be the local legend of the Pigman.
Yep.
So before I get into like the Reddit story, right?
You have a Reddit story.
I don't know what to think of this Reddit story. It's like a Reddit reimagination of sorts, maybe.
Reimagination.
I don't think it's a real story.
So am I imagining something twice?
I really don't know what yes, you're reimagining the Pigman saga.
Twice.
No, just once, but once before and once now.
Okay.
You're not reimagining it.
I want to imagine this shit as many times as I can.
But yeah, so it's I don't know. This is just. Anyways, we'll get to the Reddit story in a little bit. But so I got thinking, it's like damn, a half man, half pig. That would be freaky as hell. What else would be like what would be right up there with if you could combine something to just make it like. I guess when I look at it, Mothman, like that's not that scary.
So I have a couple things in my mind that I think, I don't know if they would be scary, but I think they would also be pretty cool. I mean, as far as us, we would never have to deal with them. But like, what would you think of like a shark cheetah? Like a cheetah with a shark head.
What if it was just a shark with spots?
So a tiger shark?
Yeah.
Or whatever.
Do they actually have spots?
I don't know. They look pretty cool.
I like them.
No, but I just picture like a cheetah running around and just with a shark head just eating everything.
Yeah.
Or I was thinking too, another cool one, I think it would be like a bat and a snake. Like a bat.
So would it slither?
I'm thinking a bat like with wings flying around with like, a snake, I don't know, neck, head.
Just like dangling down there?
Yeah, just dangling down.
Are we sure that's a neck head and not just like a wiener dangling down?
I mean,
that's what it would look like.
Bites regardless. Like, in my mind.
All right, so there's one that I thought of, and it's our former vice president. He tried to warn us about this. Half man, half bear, half pig. Man, bear, pig. Al Gore tried to warn us, that son of a bitch. Did you ever see that episode of South Park with me?
Yeah.
I'm super serial. He's real.
Oh, man, I missed that show.
But I don't know. If I had to think of, like, what would just be...
Like, so, like, us living in Pennsylvania.
Yeah.
Like, what do you think would be, like, the most dangerous, I guess, for us? Like, I was thinking, like, we see a lot
trout.
of... Just a brook trout. Like, I'm thinking squirrels. Like, we see a lot of squirrels. Like, what?
That's worse than a brook trout.
Yeah, but I mean, what could you combine with a squirrel?
Wait, are you telling me a squirrel trout? Is that what you're talking about?
I guess that'll work. Is it native? Let's do a native.
A native, yeah. So, all right, I'm gonna get rid of your squirrel because I feel like a raccoon or a possum would be scarier.
Possum?
Oh yeah. Do you ever see those things? But scarier than not as scary as a squirrel? Those things will eat nuts out of my hand.
They'll eat nuts out of your pants too.
Why would you say that? Sorry, folks. I'm gonna have to cut away here. Corey's talking about pants nuts and stuff. Just give us a second.
They're gonna eat your pig nuts.
Your pig nuts? No, I don't have pig nuts.
Your pig from the waist down. Remember?
That's my cousin Jerry. That's my cousin Sam.
I have a brother-in-law, Sam. I wonder if... Never mind.
Well, he's got the head of a pig.
Yeah.
Sorry, Sam, and your giant melon. Sorry, not sorry.
Hey, shout out for...
Mammoth Wear.
Mammoth Wear, yeah.
Yeah, again. Yeah. We're going to get that sponsorship deal one of these days.
Yeah, we can't wear your shit, but we'll rep it.
So, as far as, like, Pennsylvania goes, so obviously it's got to be... What if it was a black bear and an elk and
throwing a third one,
a human? So it was a black bear with giant antlers, but with a human penis and
black from the waist down.
Butthole. No, I just said it had a human penis, not a black bear penis.
What kind of human? Black human.
Yeah, you're right. That's correct.
Come on, Mike. We're not the only type of humans out here.
You're right.
All right.
You're right. But yeah, black bear from the top with antlers.
From the top, you had to specify.
Man arms.
Man arms.
One cheetah leg.
Wow.
One
crab leg.
Oh, that's close. I was going to say a walrus, but I like a crab.
Crab leg.
With just a claw.
Mm-hmm.
Claws of a crab. Body of... All right, we got to get out of here. We are getting nowhere really fast. I can, like, hear people just, like, stopping our cast to just go do anything else right now. So how about I dive into a Reddit story? Let's head to Reddit. So I'm going to skip the first part of this. This Reddit story is by W. Dolphin.
W. Dolphin.
Or as some people say, Wadolphin.
Wadolphin.
So I'll summarize the beginning half of it because it's kind of a lot of the stuff that we went over, but it talked about Sam Harris, disappearance, and... Now, whether this thing is Sam Harris or the thing that ate Sam Harris, nobody in town knows for sure. But
I keep thinking about dolphin now, though.
Dolphin?
The name, wasn't it Dolphin? W. Dolphin?
Yeah.
Yeah, now I'm thinking of a dolphin.
No, it was Wadolphin.
Well, now I'm thinking of a Wadolphin in my head. I need to get back. Can you just say Pigman again?
Pigman.
Okay.
Yeah. So Wadolphin talked about the Pigman.
Okay, Pigman.
Oh, now I lost my spot. But what they do know is that it isn't afraid of people, and it really likes to eat meat. There's a place just outside of Northfield known as the Devil's Wash Bowl, with a river and waterfalls and a number of caves. After more sightings of the Pigman were made out of the wash bowl, some people went investigating and found that one cave is particularly littered with animal bones, some of which are big, some of which were pig.
Is this does this cave belong to Pamela Anderson?
Would she like bones?
Yeah.
Or she like catching bones?
She likes catching bones in her cave.
Well, I could see that.
Go ahead.
Don't just hit me with a go ahead. Like, hey, I said that. We're gonna move on now. But we are gonna move on now. It was just got around that they'd found the lair of the Pigman, and it became popular for teens to go out into the Devil's Wash Bowl at night and try to catch sight of him. My sister and a couple of her friends went out to the Devil's Wash Bowl their senior year. They took sleeping bags and flashlights and all the gear you'd take to go camping. I wasn't there to give first-hand account of what transpired. I was only 8 at the time. I can tell you what was told to me. There were 6 or 8 of them, depending on who you ask, all couples. They picked a number of caves, one for each pair.
Each pair got a cave.
That's right.
All right.
So what was going on in those caves, do you think? Like, honestly.
What kind of caves are we talking about here?
I don't... Rock?
Okay.
What's it? What kind of caves could there be?
Well, you were talking about pairs and 2 people, and I'm thinking, like, is this sexual?
Well, I kind of think so, but they're sexually going in a cave. This whole conversation just makes me so uncomfortable. I gotta call my mom after this. My sister and her boyfriend were in their cave. She was rolling out of their sleeping bag, and he was trying to start a fire when they heard some shouting and then screaming from one of the other caves.
Oh.
I'm waiting for it. I feel like I lobbed that joke up for you, and you're just...
I can't. Just keep going.
It's too easy.
There's too much.
When they got there, a girl was curled up in a ball in the furthest corner of the cave, and her boyfriend was nowhere to be found. She told them that the Pigman had trudged into their cave, which trudged, isn't that a great word?
All right, hold. So the Pigman ate her boyfriend and then continued in her cave. Boyfriend gone. Now she becomes pregnant, has a baby Pigman, and then she raises him and... It's the new Pigman.
Yeah, but would this Pigman only be a quarter Pigman then?
Ooh.
You know what I mean?
So it's just like, yeah, what?
Just that maybe have hooves?
Yeah, just hooves.
Just hooves? Like, that's not really that crazy. It's just going to be a pain in the ass for that kid to buy shoes forever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think I'd rather be the half pig.
Yeah.
At least I have, like, a good reason for being a total idiot. All right.
Go ahead.
She told him that the Pigman came trudging, which I don't know. The word trudging is just, I love that word.
Yeah. I just picture him like.
I feel like he has to have hip boots on to be trudging.
That's what I was going to say. I feel like he's coming in some mud, like some deep mud, water. Like.
Yeah. She told them that the Pigman came trudging into their cave.
Hold on. Why don't you just say it one more fucking time?
No, I'm going to move on.
Okay.
She told them the Pigman came trudging into their cave. That's right. That's right. Just when you thought I was out, they sucked me back in. Completely undaunted by their presence. And that's one of the things that they always said about the Pigman was the Pigman is just not afraid of humans at all because it's just kind of been around them forever and it's eaten their trash enough. So you figure if this pig eats their trash, this thing knows all their credit card history, knows their mortgage payments, knows their debt, knows what kind of snacks they like to have at night, knows how many condoms are in that so they know how often these people are getting laid in their house. The Pigman knows more than your local janitor. And if you don't think your local janitor knows a whole lot, folks, I have stuff to tell you. He does.
He's outside right now. Go look out the window.
Right. Maybe. Could be. I'm not going to say he's not. All right.
I'm sorry if he actually is. Like, call 911.
Yeah,
That was just a rare occurrence.
For sure. I told you about the other day. I had to call 911 for the first time.
Oh, yeah. Shit. I forget about that, though. Was I drunk when you told me?
Yeah, you were so drunk I had to call 911 for you.
No, I mean, when you told me, who did you tell me?
We were watching the football game, so probably there's kids running around and stuff. When the my Green Bay Packers, defeated Corey's Tennessee Titans. Anyways.
A lot of rookies, so.
And Green Bay had their backup quarterback in. Who was the former backup for the Tennessee Titans? Anyways, so I had to call 911 because a guy at work,
that's right.
He had to go to the bathroom. He went into the woods and took a dump. And didn't realize he took a dump right on a
Pigman.
Yeah, right on Pigman. Right on a yellow jacket nest.
Wow.
Dude, I've never seen so many freaking yellow jackets in my life. When he's taking his clothes off and there's just yellow jackets like flying out of his like there's 10 of them came out of his pants when he took them off. It was just totally insane. But that's the first time I got to call 911.
Have you worked with him again since then?
Oh yeah, he's back to work
back.
on Monday.
Yeah.
That was a Saturday. It happened. He was back to work Monday. We call him
what do you call
the
him?
beekeeper.
Do you?
Yeah, we've said that to him. Yeah. The beekeeper. We also said we were going to bring honey in for him and just like leave at his spot. But so we were working yesterday. I was working with him, and there's like a yellow jacket like flying around, and it's just like every time it's like look out, look out! I just scream it at him every time. Ah! He's in the middle of doing something else, and I scream it, and he drops his, like, because he thinks something drill's happening. It's like, but yeah, every time a yellow jacket flew by, I made sure to just scream at him. So the guy started to shout at the Pigman when it came.
I don't even remember where we're at.
When it came trudging into their cave.
Trudging,
yeah. Both to drive it away and to get the other's attention. So the Pigman just casually just picked up a large rock, and he struck the man right in the head with it, knocking him unconscious. It picked him up, slung him over his shoulder, and shambled out of the What? You Reddit users, you are on.
He didn't trudge out of there?
He didn't have to trudge out of there. He had to shamble out of there.
Okay, so he trudged in, shambled out. Okay.
Yeah. The hell is a shamble? Out of the cave. Just moments before the rest arrived, nobody had seen it exit the cave, nor seen signs of it at all. They did find the rock lying on the cave floor with blood on it, and bare footprints in some soft creek mud outside. The girls all drove into town, went straight to the police. The remaining boys, whether it was 2 or 3 of them, grabbed flashlights and makeshift weapons and scoured the woods around the area. The footprints disappeared at the edge of the road, and they lost the trail from there. Search parties were sent out, a police and canine unit, and a big coordination effort with several other adjoining townships. Police forces proceeded. A couple of days later, some article of the guy's clothing were found by a search dog. They had been left torn and scattered in an abandoned farmhouse a town over.
What year? Did they get a year for this or no?
It doesn't say a year on it. I don't think there's a year on it. Yeah. And this section, like, it's more... I am leaning more towards this being a fictitious story, but maybe it's not. I really don't know. The missing teen's photo was put up in the area, and one guy came forward. He said the other night he was awakened by the sound of someone lurking outside his house. He checked out his kitchen window, and there was someone rummaging through the trash can by his garage. The person was only wearing a faded and ripped pair of jeans. When the man hit the porch light, the intruder looked up, and it looked just like the kid in the photo. The only difference was the body was covered with white hair, and his eyes looked kind of hollow. And if the eyes look hollow, it could be because he's either a black-eyed children. He's probably too old for that. So it probably looks hollow from him wearing the head of a pig.
Damn.
Yeah, so I don't know if this is... Obviously, this is on Reddit, which is just...
It's the most accurate place you can go to give... Yeah, bless you. Most accurate place you can go for information.
I mean, everything is so perfect. Like, it gets the chef's kiss, because Reddit is just... I know, back in our... did you ever read creepypasta when you were a kid?
A little bit, but not...
The creepypasta
really.
is just utterly insane,
I
a
feel
lot
like
of
it's
it.
just people just creating stories to try to...
For sure, but
Yeah,
I feel
it's
like this went more to the creepypasta approach of things.
I'd agree.
Yeah, but as far as information I have, that's all I got. There's really not a ton of stories. There is a lot of local folklore and things like that.
So, what would you say the cultural impact is of the Pigman?
Yeah, so it's interesting because really I feel like the Pigman is a lot like the Mothman, just obviously not as mainstream. I mean, the Mothman is
Seemed like with the Mothman, there was a lot more sightings.
There was a lot more sightings. There was a lot more going on. Like, that was just like a whole year of just total craziness. When you look up the Pigman, there is 2 main sightings, and really they're super vague in a way, you know. But, and the Jersey, and it's also compared to something like the Jersey Devil, which I think we're going to get into at some point.
Yeah, that's one I want to dig into. Hopefully before the year's over.
Yeah, I'd like to get into that.
Yeah.
I remember listening about the Jersey Devil, and it's interesting. There's some cool shit about Jersey Devil. But the Pigman has moved beyond just a local curiosity and became a figure of fascination in paranormal and cryptid communities. It's been featured in various online forums, podcasts, Kraken Cans
Cast, baby.
and even documentaries about American urban legends. Each Halloween, the legend gets revived, and people daring each other to explore the woods to retell the eerie tales.
Hashtag Pigman.
Just out of nowhere, just threw a hashtag out there.
Go ahead.
Hashtag
Pigman.
raccoons eating trash. No.
Hashtag
Cheetah shark.
black from the waist down.
Oh my. The Pigman is also celebrated in a small-scale local events and ghost tours where participants are encouraged to recount their own stories and delve into the mystery surrounding his existence. The connection to the Devil's Wash Bowl in particular gives the story a haunting geographical context, adding to the spookiness of the legend. While there is no verified evidence of the Pigman's existence, the legend has persisted for over 70 years, cementing itself as a chilling piece of Vermont's cryptid folklore.
70 years? What didn't you say this was like the 1970s?
Well, it started in 1951 with
okay.
Sam's missing.
Okay, so that
Sam's disappearance, I should say.
That checks out.
Yeah, which is crazy because when I hear that, it's just like, oh, that's like 50 years ago.
Yeah,
it's
I
like
know.
2000 right now.
Yeah.
It's not 2024.
Even when I hear like 1990, I'm like, oh yeah, that was like 10 years ago.
Yeah,
No.
yeah. You weren't even born in 1990 yet.
Were you?
No.
Okay.
That's a big negative on my part. So that is, you know what that takes us to?
The folklore score. Ba-da-da, ba-da-da. All right, crackheads. We're going to get into the folklore score.
Folklore score.
Thank you.
Yeah, I got to do it in a high-pitched voice.
All right, Mr. Hanky. No hidey hos. All right, so
What I have to.
we're not going to run down all of our rankings right now, but I do want to say right now our champ is Dolls coming in at 73.
Wait, I thought our champ was champ at number 8.
If you're playing golf.
Oh, yeah.
If you're playing golf.
Wait, but here's the thing. So champ is like the cryptid of New York, Vermont.
Yeah.
Could the other cryptid of Vermont dethrone it from being just the most bogus thing up on the board? From Puff the Magic Dragon? Could Puff the Magic Dragon be dethroned?
He could.
He could. Should we unveil?
Let's go. I got a 26.
I got a 28.
I'm lower than you.
You're
for once.
lower than me for once. Gosh almighty, I feel like I let everybody down out in the crack land. So for spookiness, what do you give it?
What's the total?
The total is going to be 54.
So it beats champ.
It beats Champ. Champ's too friendly.
Yeah.
He wants to come over and say hi.
He just wants to sit on your lap.
He did. Well, the big man might too, but
Yeah.
it's going to be disgusting and stinky.
Sticky. All right.
Spookiness.
So spookiness.
Yeah, what do you give it?
I got a 4, and I put a 4 because it gives a slight chill. You know, when I think of a man, well, half man, half pig.
Half bear. Oh, wait, that's man, bear, pig. My bad.
Yeah, half black.
What?
No.
No.
Never mind. That was the one you made up.
No. That was you.
Okay.
No.
Whatever. So I get like a slight chill, but then I'm like, hey, okay, I'm over it.
Yeah, I gave it a 6 because it might make me uneasy. I feel like I could see that. It's kind of right there in the middle of the pack. For historical and cultural significance, I gave it a 5. No one's ever heard of it, but I guess in that area, it's significant. In central Vermont, I don't know. I probably should even gave that one lower.
I mean, I was right there. I gave it a 4 just because of the lack of. I mean, there were some stories, some cultural significance. Wasn't a lot, but I felt like it was enough for at least a 4.
Yeah, and everything I kind of looked into really stressed how there's just absolutely no evidence after 70 years of this thing being around, of it being around.
Yeah, I mean that's the same though for Mothman too.
It's really the same for everything, I guess. Well, Mothman's thing was so different because it was like a 1-year thing, you know, and then the bridge exploded, and that was kind of the end of Mothman.
Because it was the trap that took him out.
That's my theory.
It's a good theory.
Yeah, it is a good theory.
Yeah.
What do you got for believability?
Believability, I put a 4. I put has some plausible elements, but mostly far-fetched.
Yeah, I had a 3, so pretty much the same exact thing as you.
Yeah.
For uniqueness, I gave it a 9. This is where it scored higher on my list, just because I think it is cool how even in the stories nobody knows, is it half man, half pig, or is it some kind of weird disfigured person that just wears a pig head and goes around and just digs through people's trash? That's unique. I can't think anything else that really compares to that.
Is it just a meth head?
Yeah, exactly.
We like to talk about our crackheads, our meth heads. Yeah. Is it just some crazy meth head from Detroit? Or that over in Vermont?
What was that town that you visited? And
Port Henry.
Port Henry. Is it just a crackhead or a meth head just swam across the lake?
Yeah, just paddled up Lake Champlain to Vermont, and it's the friggin' Pigmen.
And for threat level,
I gave it a 6.
Yeah, I gave it a 5. So moderate threat, some risk involved. One of the things that stood out in a lot of the stories that I read just talked about how it wasn't afraid of humans. So that's why I always just thought it had a decent threat level. I don't know.
Yeah. I mean I was right there. I gave it a 6, and I gave it the 6 just because there were at least 2 of the stories that you went over. There were 2 disappearances or whatever from these individuals. So
I'm not sure about that Reddit one.
But I mean, hey,
yeah, we'll go with it.
We'll go with it.
We'll roll with it.
That's what we got. So.
Yeah, pretty much. That's what we got. That's what we'll roll with.
Yeah, so that's what we got. So that's what we got to go with. I mean, I feel like overall, we were pretty much on the same page.
Yeah, for sure.
For that one.
Yeah,
we were right there.
Yeah, it was the only real spookiness was the only one that we kind of had a little bit more of a.
Yeah.
But. I can see both sides of the spectrum there for sure.
I mean, we were only 2 points apart. I feel like that was the closest we've been as far as
for sure. This is kind of like history in a way of this is the first time.
Episode 12.
12. It is. Yeah, it is.
Took 12 episodes.
12 episodes till you finally got a score lower than mine.
Hell yeah, Pete.
I'm gonna go home and kill myself.
Do it quick.
Why?
I don't know. I don't.
Well, I appreciate that. I appreciate it. I also appreciate when I said why, and he just just seemed like the right thing to say.
Because then I can get a new partner.
Yeah, yeah. Good luck. No one is at Crack Daddy Mike status
you're
right there.
Don't kill yourself. You're it.
Yeah, you're it. It's way too much work to have somebody else.
Yeah.
You're just finally figuring out the editing and stuff, and I really don't want to have to deal with somebody else.
No, I will follow you home. I will sleep at your house. I will watch you tonight.
Yeah, with that, Corey, what we got social media-wise?
Well, we got the big 4. Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, TikTok. I did recently post something on X, but I almost said Threads, but I didn't post anything on Threads. Threads can go. Threads could be the one to go kill themselves tonight.
Well, geez, Threads is supposed to be the new
Instagram,
Twitter, the new Twitter,
the Twittergram.
Twittergram. That's right.
Yeah.
I've never been on Threads a day in my life.
You're not missing
I had to
anything.
ask my wife what the hell Threads was.
Does she know what Threads was?
Yeah, she just knew that it's like
Yeah.
when Elon Musk bought out Twitter, it was like
No, that's X.
No. When they bought out Twitter, it was like Instagram's like, oh, this is our chance to try and like make money from it because people don't want to go there, I guess.
So they're like Threads. Like
Threads.
Great name.
Yeah.
Threads.
Freaking gay? No, I don't know. But yeah, follow us on social. I hope you enjoyed this episode. We are trying to really pump them out in October.
Because you know what we got coming next?
What we got coming next?
Salem Witch Trials. That's going to round up our October series here.
Yeah, we're going to see. Because we're going to see in the way of, I had this brilliant idea that we were going to read a book to do our research from.
I mean, I'm still on page 30. I've been on page 30 for like 3 weeks, but I think that's 30 more pages than you.
I know where my book is, though.
Where?
I think it's on top of the microwave still. I got to check. But I gotta dive into that.
When I go to Florida, I plan on reading some of that book. Like, it's a good book. Like, I'm telling you, it's good. The first 30 pages were good, but I haven't picked it up since.
And once I finish Harry Potter and the Goblet of Fire, I'll probably pick up my Salem book. Ooh, but then I'll probably want to go on to the next Harry Potter book. Ugh, there's so many problems living inside my head. So I'm Mike. Thanks for tuning in. Make sure to like and subscribe all our socials. Make sure to give us a review on whatever you listen to our podcast on.
Even giving some reviews on Facebook, too, would help. I don't think we have any reviews on Facebook. That would definitely help us, too.
So perfect. And also in the description of a lot of the social media, a lot of the podcast platforms, you can send us a message. Send us a message if there's something you want us to talk about.
Or if, like, you know more than us, which you probably do, and, like, our stuff is just wrong, like, correct us. We'll laugh about it the next time we do an episode and we see it.
And we're going to make fun of you, just so you know. But
especially if your name is, like,
Denise von Schnenkel.
Or like Captain Kroom in my pants.
Jeez.
Captain Kroom, remember him?
He's dead.
Probably. I mean, it's like, what, the 1800s?
Yeah, he probably got eaten by a witch by now. All right. Appreciate you guys. I'm Crack Daddy Mike. I'm out. Just say it. You're Butt Crack Corey.
I'm Butt Crack Corey.
Yeah, he is.
Just gotta go with it.
Yeah, he is.
Just gotta go with it.
See ya.
BCC.
BBC. BBC.